Good evening. The coronavirus is the biggest threat this country has faced for decades, and this country is not alone. All over the world, we're seeing the devastating impact of this invisible killer.
This has been a crazy year. We're living in a global pandemic. We have seen protests on a mass scale. It seems as though the world is falling apart at the seams. So many feel isolated and alone as a result of lockdowns all around the world. Without an end in sight, it can be so easy to lose hope. As winter approaches and more lockdowns begin around the world, can we even have hope? Yes, I do believe that we can have hope. So what is our hope in? Who can we trust? In the days that we live in, it seems like there is so much information and it can be hard to know what the truth actually is. Well, many Christians would say that our hope is in the fact that when we die, we're going to go to heaven and be with Jesus, or Jesus is going to come back and take us up to heaven to be with him. So either way, we can have hope. I believe that Jesus is going to come back and establish his kingdom on this earth. Remember how Jesus told us to pray, "Your kingdom come, your will be done on this earth as it is in heaven." Revelation 21 puts it like this: "Then I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the old heaven and the old earth had disappeared, and the sea was also gone. Then I saw the holy city, the new Jerusalem, coming down from God out of heaven like a bride beautifully dressed for her husband. I heard a loud shout from the throne saying, 'Look, God's home is now among his people. He will live with them and they will be his people. God himself will be with them. He will wipe every tear from their eyes, and there will be no more death or sorrow or crying or pain. All these things will be gone forever.'" This is what our hope is in as followers of Jesus, that when Jesus comes back, he will establish his kingdom on this earth, that heaven and earth will actually come together, and evil and injustice and pain will be overthrown once and for all, and there will be no more death, no more pain, no more crying, because the old order of things will have passed away. So yes, as Christians, we can have hope that if we do die in this present age, we do go to be with Jesus. But the Bible tells us that we will actually be resurrected to life again, just like Jesus was resurrected, to rule and reign on this earth with him. So this is quite a different way of thinking about death and the second coming of Jesus. And what difference does it make to our lives today? Well, we heard in that passage that God is going to establish a new creation, a new heavens and a new earth. And the Bible talks about us as followers of Jesus being a new creation. And this is where we can see what difference it makes to our lives today. We, you and I, as new creations, are a foreshadow as individuals of what God is going to do on a global scale through a new creation. Although we might look the same on the outside, and we might have the same hobbies and habits, and we might like the same food and music, all these kind of things, when we become a Christian on the inside, we are completely different. We are made new, made alive to the things of God and to his kingdom. And suddenly we don't just live to please ourselves and do whatever we want to do. We live our lives to see the kingdom that Jesus spoke about through the parables and the kingdom that he told us to pray for to come on this earth. We live for that kingdom. We live for that way of living. We mimic the life of Jesus and so many other followers of Jesus throughout history in establishing his kingdom on earth. But we don't establish that kingdom the same way that earthly kingdoms are established, through force and violence and stabbing people in the back. No, we do it through love, through humility, through mercy, through crying out for justice on behalf of those that are facing these horrible things that we even see today in the world around us. So in the midst of a global pandemic, of ecological crisis, of injustice around the world on a huge scale, we can have hope because Jesus promises to come and to overthrow evil and injustice and plagues and pestilence and pandemics once and for all, and to establish his kingdom on earth. And until then, we have a call, a commission to go into all the world to make disciples of Jesus, followers of Jesus, by bringing his kingdom wherever we go and whatever we do. That is our commission, and that is why we as followers of Jesus can have hope and purpose even in the days that we're living in now.